Good evening and welcome to the Fall 2025 NCL Awards Ceremony. I'm Emily Calandranis, the Director of Development and Partnerships for Skyline and the Community Engagement Connector for the National Cyber League. It is my pleasure to host this event each season, and this season in particular was one for the books. We had over 9,000 students register to compete in the competition, and we had a record-breaking amount of players who participated in all of the challenge rounds, resulting in individual and team scores that were higher than ever. Tonight, we celebrate the NCL community and thank you all for your incredible hard work and support. This evening is made possible by our presenting sponsors, CrowdStrike, Cyphertext Solutions, and Tanium. Their continued support and sponsorship of the NCL allows us to continue to bridge curriculum to careers and provide resources and community engagement season after season. This evening, we're going to begin with welcoming remarks from Dr. David Zaitchik, the NCL Commissioner, and then we're going to bring on stage somebody everybody knows and we're really excited to have join us, our special guest, John Hammond. After that, we are going to move into recognizing top individuals and top teams, and then we will wrap up the evening with a shout out to our Spirit Week events and just a wonderful, heartwarming thank you to all of our supporters for the fall season. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage our NCL Commissioner, Dr. David Zaitchik, Assistant Professor at California State University, Chico. Hi, David.
Well, hi, and hello, everybody. Thanks again for joining us, and thanks again for a wonderful season. We had, once again, a record turnout, so it was great to see when we're going to be getting to the awards, seeing some of those names that I've seen before, and then also knowing that we have lots of new players as well. So just want to let you know that the NCL, the team game, the individual game is going strong. We've had quite the showing this semester, and it's thanks to you guys. So thank you for showing up and competing. And I also want to say that I've seen lots of great discussions on Discord, so thank you for using that and being part of the NCL community, because as everybody knows, this is not just the cybersecurity competition, but it also is a community for you to get to know your fellow players. And as you'll probably hear over and over again in the cybersecurity community, the cybersecurity community is pretty small. So once you do jump into the cybersecurity community, you will probably recognize a lot of people from NCL, from school, from all other types of things that you may go to, such as conferences, conventions, and all that. So remember that the people that you are meeting in Discord, you'll probably know throughout your whole career. So again, thanks for participating in the competition. Thanks for being part of the community. And with that, I would like to introduce our guest speaker. Our guest speaker tonight really needs no introduction for anybody in the cybersecurity world, but I'll give him one anyways. John Hammond is one of those rare people who manages to be a top-tier cybersecurity researcher, a gifted educator, and a creator who makes this field come alive for millions of people online. He's part of the threat ops team at Huntress, where he spends his day digging into malware. Before that, he taught at the Department of Defense's Cyber Training Academy, helping both civilian and military teams learn the art of offensive Python, PowerShell, and the adversarial mindset. That's probably a mindset that has helped you guys succeed at the NCL. John has created challenges and training materials for major companies like Pico CTF, DEF CON, plus he's spoken everywhere from B-Sides to the US Naval Academy, you name it. And of course, many of you know him from YouTube, where over 2 million subscribers tune in to watch his tutorials, his CTF walkthroughs, and deep dives into the wild world of cybersecurity. In fact, today he just dropped a video called I Had Claude MCP Hack Me, where he used Atomic Red Team with Claude through Cursor, which was super cool. and I highly recommend that you go watch it after this. So please join me in welcoming someone who truly embodies what makes this community so awesome, John Hammond.
All righty. Hi. Goodness gracious. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. That was excellent.
You're welcome.
Well, great to be here with you all. Thank you again and again. I can't say it enough. First and foremost, hey, congratulations. What an incredible season. I hope you're all having a ton of fun, having a blast. But look, I think we've got just a couple minutes together. Honestly, I want to try and cut myself off at like 7:20 or so I'm not rambling for too long. I know I can talk. But I think we have some slides if anyone would like to pull up some visuals. Yeah. All right. So, hey, cool code name here for us. All the right stuff. You all are already doing all the right stuff. But I thought it would be kind of cool to maybe tie together what you've all been up to at NCL with the competitions, with the events, with the games that you've been going through, and kind of parallel that to honestly my own upbringing when I was in your shoes. I think it's really similar stuff. You might be able to see the connections and how this all correlates together. So let me get into it. I think it'd be kind of fun to tie these together. But look, I don't feel like I'm too far removed from you. I was going through my undergraduate studying in college, trying to get a little bit of a major and program of study over at the Coast Guard Academy. That was maybe a little bit more than a decade ago. And then, yeah, whatever. I know no one really cares of the industry career rap sheet here, but Huntress is home for me. But I think it would be cool to kind of turn back the clocks and go back in time a little bit to talk about how I was cutting into cybersecurity and how that correlates with what you are all up to. So we're going to go back and forth. We're going to talk about, maybe some of the sweet CTF stuff that I was getting into to really kickstart the party and what you've been up to with NCL. So let me say, going over to the Coast Guard Academy for my undergraduate, you might have noticed I had studied electrical engineering, which isn't computer science or cybersecurity, or honestly, really anything that I tend to do in my day-to-day life now. Because truth be told, hey, it's a small spot, and they didn't have a computer science or cybersecurity program of study at that time. I think they've got something up in action now, and I think we do have a couple of our Coast Guard Academy friends here in the audience. So big shout out to you all. Excited and happy that you're here. But look, way back when, we were trying to figure out what this whole cybersecurity thing really was. There was one opportunity that came through the cracks of, playing this game, this event, this competition called Cyber Stakes way back in the day. And there were a few of us that were interested in this stuff. Like, we liked computers. We were curious what all the hacks and vulnerabilities really were. But we had no idea. I had no idea that was a CTF or capture the flag. So a couple of us were trying to experiment, trying to play. We went to this event, but I got to be honest, we didn't really know what we were doing. We were kind of the underdogs. We looked like the underdogs, and we were realistically because, hey, we didn't have that computer science, cybersecurity degree. And maybe for a lot of you, I don't know if that parallels to what you've been up to with NCL, or if it's your first time participating in NCL. Really kind of cool thing where you're first dipping your toes in the water here. But I know in those early days, you're still learning, and there's a lot to learn. It's a little bit of a fire hose. And in the beginning, you really don't quite know what you're doing. It's overwhelming, but there's so much that's so interesting, so curious, and so cool to learn. Well, at the beginning, yeah, you might not know how to do anything, but then you are getting some wind beneath you and getting some momentum. One of the coolest things about this cyber stakes competition that I know I got to get started in was that, look, it had that wide array of challenges, the different variety of forensics, of web application security, of breaking binaries, programs and applications, reverse engineering, looking through logs, trying to do some threat hunting. It was so cool, but they weren't things that we saw usually in the classroom, right? I think that's been the cool thing about a capture the flag or CTF and exercises and education like this. So much so that we thought, hey, can we do more of this? How can we practice? How can we get better? How could we do NCL in the future? How could we do another cyber stakes? How could we work through other cyber exercises? And we started to build out kind of a lab environment and the war games and practice ranges to get smart on all this. Uh, and to be honest, it was really fun. Like, I started to absolutely love and enjoy trying to work through these challenges, these little puzzles and these activities. And I had no idea that that was going to springboard into kind of what we're all up to now and today. But we were thinking, oh, can we host our own internal capture the flag with our own scoreboard and our own exercises and war games to be able to play way back when? Just to get a little bit smarter on this, because I got to be honest, starting from ground zero, we didn't know where to start. But now that we've seen what a CTF was, what NCL is, what you've all done, it's like we kind of caught the bug. It's like, oh, I want to keep doing this. I want to get smarter. I want to get sharper. So we played more capture the flag competitions. We practiced and participated in more of these games, more of these events. And that hey, maybe you're feeling the same thing. That is when maybe you're cracking out a couple energy drinks, maybe you're having some late night pizza, you're getting together with your friends and you're working on these challenges. You're getting smarter, you're getting sharper, you're doing more cybersecurity because you love it. And we did the same thing, right? I don't know if you can see a couple pictures, maybe, oh, the Monster energy drink cans, the candy here in the corner, terminals open, code flying around left and right. I think you're probably doing the same stuff, right? But here's the thing. It it really, really became something that we just got obsessed with. Something that I got obsessed with. Something that I wanted to keep doing, and I couldn't think of anything else but waiting to get to the weekend CTF. Getting a chance to practice in the cyber lab or the rooms and exercises where we would work together. What started maybe for some of you as an interest in cybersecurity, oh, okay, sounds cool, became something that you're obsessed with. I know it did for me. So we built this thing out even more, practice, getting a chance to work with our teammates, work with our friends, build out more and more of these exercises and practice and prepare and get sharper and stay up late. Those long nights, those 2 a.m, those 3 a.m sessions. It was a lot of fun, because that made for momentum. On the gamified cybersecurity structure and setup here, like in a CTF, you're working with, I don't know, a scoreboard where you could see not just who or whatever, maybe someone else in the same room with you, but maybe a whole across the internet on the other side of the screen that's just what, 5 points above you, 10 points, 50 points, whatever. And you're feeling like, I can get one more flag. I can solve one more challenge. I can tackle one more task. And that felt good. Like, that felt like the momentum. And it was so much fun. And again, I had no idea. I didn't realize that's what that whole world was. And maybe you didn't either, but I hope now you've caught the bug. And we keep doing this. We keep playing another game. We keep participating in CTFs. We kept on going. But the value was just how it was so different than what we might see out of a textbook, right? Maybe in the schoolhouse, and this is not, pointing fingers or naming names or whatever. This is just, there's no better way to learn than by doing it, than by being on keyboard. Too often, I think we're reading about cybersecurity or talking about cybersecurity. Isn't it so much more fun to do it and to play? It doesn't matter if it's a game or, not to say it's a toy or sport in a certain sense, but that makes it a heck of a lot of fun. And that's been an awesome thing. I kept on doing this. I didn't want to read all the cybersecurity stuff. I wanted to do it. And maybe you're feeling the same way. Maybe you caught that bug for what NCL has been all up to, because that's some awesome stuff. That's the real value of a capture the flag, because you're getting so much different exposure to different technologies, maybe that you've never seen before, different software, different protocols, different things. And let me be honest, right? This cyber stakes game, that CTF event, what I kind of first found as the entry and gateway into this whole wide world of cybersecurity and capture the flag. And again, parallel that to you and your world here with NCL. The event rolled around the second time. Next year, maybe the first year, we were new to the scene. We weren't quite sure what we were doing. We needed to get a little bit smarter, but then we practiced, we played, and we did more of this. Same way maybe another season of NCL comes along for you. And maybe the very first time, or again, as you were just kind of getting started in this stuff, you weren't super confident in what you were up to. Maybe you just didn't know all the tools, all the techniques, all the tricks. But now that we've gotten smarter, now that we're playing along, you're building out these prospects for you and your future and your horizons, right? Your career, your vocation, anything that you want to chase now in your world, because you're building out that skill set. You're proving your own competency. That's awesome. So when we went back to Cyber Stakes for, I don't know, the year after that, the second round after I went through the CTF for the very first time, we got a little bit smarter. And the funniest thing happened. We started to win. And that was such a good feeling, right? Like that, it just lit the fire even more. What started from an ember, what started from just some sparks, now was like, this is so awesome. This is so much fun. This is the passion. This is what I want to keep diving into. And what I know is setting us up for an incredible career and some phenomenal landing in the industry. But in the moment, maybe you just don't know. You don't see. You can't tell what's out on the horizon. But I'm here to tell you, this is it. Like what you have done, what you've been able to put together, the work that you've went through, the exercises, the games, the challenges that you've completed. I hope it did spark that fire. I hope it did help you uncover a passion for this whole wide world and really, really change your career. We started to win. We started to get that momentum. We started to feel like, you know what? This is what we're going to do for work, for our career, for our jobs. But I got to be honest, like it changed my life. These are a couple of the testimonials or the sayings and the cliche comments that have been out and about on the internet for all the awesome and amazing things you've been up to with NCL. And I know, when I got to go through the ropes, when I was spending my time for undergrad, for high school, for college, and trying to get smart on all the cybersecurity stuff, I look back and I realized like that was it. That was where, that was when, that was how I found what I wanted to do. And there's a really, really sweet, high praise, awesome commentary in one of these things that you might have seen. It says, hey, this is by far been the greatest experience that my education has ever provided me. Dang. I don't know if you're feeling that, but I read it and I just, the memories washed back of like, wow, that was the crucible. That was the forge. That was where it all began. And one of the coolest things was that, that came from a blank canvas. That came from not a formal, not a strict, not a cybersecurity or computer science program or major or undergrad study. That was us staying up late, working in the lab, finding these resources and carving our own path, like some awesome, self-reliant, just independent research, grit, the stubborn determination to go learn something new, to solve one more challenge. And maybe you're feeling that. Like, look, that makes you a little bit unstoppable. You can move the needle. You can really make a difference. And I love this comment here. It says like, I can learn anything because you've trained yourself to do that. You can think on your feet. You've got that critical thinking. And one of the coolest things is that, that lit a fire. Maybe it wasn't until you played in NCL or you've been working through other capture the flag competitions and exercises, and then you realized, I want to do this. I want to do everything I can to do this. I want to become an expert. I want to be dedicated. I want to be able to be so obsessed to make yourself in that vision of success that you want for yourself and for your future. That was here. that was during this season, during the work that you've done. And when you look back, maybe at your own beginnings, maybe at the start of this stuff, oh, is it the first cyber competition? Was it the first game, CTF, capture the flag, whatever that you dived into? Look, maybe that is what moved the needle. Maybe that is what starts your career, an incredible future in front of you within cybersecurity. So look, it's something that you don't always get to think about, right? Like, oh, how this maybe changed your own world around you, the people that you've met, the friends that you've made, the connections that you've got through Discord for networking and all this. I think you're already doing it. You're already doing all the right stuff. So just keep on doing it. Keep on chasing that success. And my goodness, congratulations to you all. Hope that's been an incredible NCL season. And thank you for letting me be here with you all to help celebrate.
This is it. I love it. Thank you so much. I think that's a great way to sum it all up. This is it. You guys are doing the right thing. You're showing your passion for cybersecurity, and you're getting motivated by the NCL. And now you can turn that into a career. So thank you so much, John. We really appreciated having you here, and for those inspirational words. I know it'll definitely hit home with all of these players that put so much time and effort into competing in the NCL. And with that, it will pay off. So thanks again. Emily, back to you.
Thanks, David. And truly, thank you so much, John. You're an incredible inspiration for our community, and a champion not only for us at the NCL, but also the greater cybersecurity community. So thank you so much for joining us. And with that being said, talking about the community that represents the National Cyber League, these are some of the photos of real players and coaches who have taken their time to share their awesome photos. We really love to represent the students who make up this amazing community from the United States and Canada. And we really strive to make the NCL community a place where we can celebrate accomplishments and dedicate to the community resources and educational opportunities and support that we feel is a very genuine connection to being successful in cyber careers. So next time, if you don't see your photo on here, make sure you send it in. We'd love to be able to see everyone's wonderful faces. All right,
Absolutely.
so now we're going to transition. It's about that time. We're going to switch gears, and we're going to have Commissioner Zajic go ahead and announce our top winners for the 2025 season.
All right, let's jump right into it. So we're going to talk about the top individuals in the standard leaderboard. And before I jump in, a little spoiler, there was a very interesting theme that these top finishers had that you will notice when we talk about some fun facts. And I had no idea. I want to figure out are some of these of their fun facts helping them in the NCL in some way? I don't know. We'll have to maybe take a poll on that and figure it out if some of these skills that they're pulling in besides competing in the NCL are helping them through. So with that in mind, let's jump right in and let's look at our third place finisher. So our third place finisher coming from the United States Coast Guard Academy, Max Eisenbeiser. And guess what? A 3,000 point score. So perfect on the score. 97.4% for accuracy. Amazing. And it only took him a day, just over a day to complete all that. That is incredible. Besides that, Max also won a badminton doubles tournament. And I'm not sure if he did that over the NCL weekend, if somehow he was able to do both, but that's Max's fun fact is some badminton. I guess excellent hand-eye coordination. And that explains maybe how he solved all of these challenges so quick, because you got to be quick at badminton. All right, let's go to the second place finisher for the standard leaderboard. Our second place finisher is Eliyahu Mizrahi from the Brooklyn College of the City University of New York. Also, perfect score, 3,000 points, accuracy 98.68%, and it took him just over 2 days to finish this. And I know you're waiting about this fun fact. Eliyahu likes to play badminton and the piano. So both badminton and the piano. Interesting. Okay. Congratulations, Eliyahu, for your second place finish. And for our first place in the standard leaderboard, we have from Monmouth University, Isaac Sasson. Congratulations. Of course, a 3,000 perfect score and a almost perfect accuracy of 99.34%. As you can see, these top three finishers were very close, and maybe it's because they share some of these fun passions. So Isaac's fun fact, nope, not badminton, but he loves playing piano. So interesting commonalities there. Congratulations for our top three places for the standard leaderboard, has all got a perfect 3,000 points, which is amazing. And you can see how close it was because we had to look at just the accuracy, and that was just, 1 percentage point apart. So all three of you, congratulations for your finishes in the standard leaderboard. Let's now move on to the top individuals in the experience leaderboard. Let's talk about our third place finish. Coming in third place in the experience leaderboard, we have from Tennessee Technological University, Landon Burge. He also got a perfect score of 3,000 points, accuracy of 82.87%, and finished this all in just a day and a half. Okay, fun fact. No, not badminton or piano. Not only does Landon compete in several competitions, he also helps run competitions like eCitadel and Cyber Patriot. Thank you so much, Landon, for helping with those. That's definitely what keeps this community going, is your support and volunteering to help others with these CTFs. So super important. Thank you for doing that. All right, let's go ahead and talk about our second place finisher. Second place, coming from the SANS Technology Institute, we have Tommy Bodwell Mamek with a 3,000 point finish, an accuracy of 90.36%, and it only took him, oh my gosh, less than a day, 16 hours. Fun fact, no fun fact, but I'll say his fun fact that it took him less than a day to get 3,000 points. That is amazing. Congratulations. All right, now for our first place in the experience leaderboard, we have also from the SANS Technology Institute, Brian Davidson with a perfect score and accuracy in the 90%, 92.59%. And it took him just over a day, 1 day, 11 hours to get all those 3,000 points. All right. A fun fact about Brian, this is pretty interesting. Brian is on his umpteenth career pivot after serving in the military, being a Bureau of Labor Statistic economist, a software engineer, and now a security engineer. So welcome to the world of cybersecurity. I think you're going to go far based upon not only getting your education there at SANS, which is amazing, congratulations, and coming in the first place in the experience leaderboard. Congratulations, Brian. Congratulations, everyone else in the individual games. Okay, that brings up our next category, which is top teams. And we're going to go ahead and start with the standard leaderboard. And this time, we are going to start with a fifth place finish in the standard leaderboard. Coming to you from San Diego State University, we've got the SDSU CDT team, and they got 2,965 points, accuracy of 92.5%, finished it in just 2 days and 20 hours. Good job. It's good. You guys got to take your time on that one. Make sure your accuracy is high, and you did. Nicely done. And this team is made up of Jaden Dye, Keigo Morita, Dashel Finn, Hakeem Fazli, Alexander Zucker, Martine Rabar, and Brian Zublin. Okay, fun fact about these guys, this whole group here. When they met up in person to collaborate on the competition, their team used the code 67 on the Domino's app, which allowed them to get a pizza with one topping for a low price of $6.70. Way to go, hacking the system. Good job. And way to go, Domino's. That's pretty hilarious. All right, moving on to our 4th place finish. We have the team from the College of William and Mary, Tribe Cyber Red Team, with an almost 100% point value there of 2975, an amazing accuracy of 96.88%, and they finished this within 2 days and 19 hours. Their team is comprised of Joshua Pomeroy, Bennett Nash Hyde, Zachary Bowden, Matthew Esposito, Camden Good, Nicholas Jonas, and Alexander Ablondai. Okay, fun fact. They competed in the Wren Building. I'm guessing that is a building there at College of William and Mary. And the Wren Building is the oldest college building in the nation, constructed between 1695 and 1700. That's pretty amazing. And I'm hoping they have good, strong Wi-Fi in that old building. Nicely done, College of William and Mary team. All right, moving on to the 3rd place. Well, 3rd place was not just from one school. This was from a mixed school and not college students. So this team got 2,985 points, an accuracy of 97.4%, really nicely well done. And this team is comprised of Arnold Spansel, Alejandro Ortiz, Seth Williams, Tyler Chin, David Liu, Colin Ding, and Vipin Biram. So this fun fact is what I was alluding to, is they're all high schoolers, and they all met online to create this team. So well done. You guys found some great people on your team, and I'm super impressed. Not only your high schoolers, but you guys are also doing some outreach to build this strong, amazing team. Hope to see you guys on the leaderboard again. All right, moving on to the 2nd place. Hey, we talked about a little bit of U.S. Coast Guard Academy coming in at 2nd place. The USCGA Blackcoats, almost a perfect score, 2,090 points, 96.89% accuracy. Their team is comprised of Erica Savito, Jaden Dumlau, Matthew Jemidin, Trent Fulbright, Christopher Slejeski, Matthew Condon, and Max Eisenbeiser. Saw that name before. All right, fun fact. Their academy used to have a live bear named Obji, short for Objectionable Presence, until 1984. Oh my gosh. And it even ate meals with the cadets and freely wandered the barracks. I think we might need to fact check that. I wonder why that ended in 1984. I hope nothing bad happened. Sounds like it was a nice bear. That is a very interesting fun fact. Thank you and congratulations, 2nd place team from the United States Coast Guard. Okay, 1st place for our standard leaderboard. We have the team from Colorado State University Pueblo, Red Team CSU Pueblo, with a perfect score, an accuracy of 96.4%. Their team is comprised of Jeffrey Ling, Liam Allen, Wesley Carlstrom, and KS, William Scott, and Adam Stanifer. All right, here is their fun fact. They're subscribed to John Hammond on YouTube. Imagine that. He's been a huge inspiration. And hey, if he's down to join us in Colorado, Dr. Mijas owes us dinner for the trophy. John, are you still on? Sounds like you might get a free meal out of this. Shout out to Jim at CSUP for always organizing and supporting us every NCL season. Now that NCL is over, we're off to play Capture the Grass and, I like this one, decompress like a zip file. You guys earned it. Congratulations on 1st place. Enjoy your decompressing time. All right, congratulations to everyone on the standard leaderboard. We are now going to move over to the experienced leaderboard. And once again, we're going to start with fifth place. Fifth place from the College of William and Mary. We have Tribe Cyber 1693 with a point value of 2985. 100% accuracy. Amazing. Good job. Players of this team include Samuel Long, Carson Gata, Colin McDonald, Lily Glodemans, Walker Knapp, Luna Harrison, and Alexander Zoe. All right, fun fact about this team. The team got questioned about their usage of Hashcat on the lab machines. Well, rightfully so. And also, one of the team members, Luna, is certified in HL7V2. Sounds like that came in very useful for your team. Congratulations, team, and congratulations, Luna, for having that obscure knowledge. Okay, moving on to the fourth place team on the experience leaderboard. From the University of North Georgia, we've got Fungus with a score of 3,000 points. And let me just mention, I think Fungus ties back into John. So nice little call out there. They had a point score of 3,000. Again, 100%. Way to go. Accuracy of 94.47%. And their team consists of Jonathan Farrington, Rishi Sadhu, Joseph McKenna, Gideon Prisk, Austin Saunders, Ben Vasquez, and Santino Navaroli. Okay, fun fact. Legend says that there is a World War II submarine buried under the University of North Georgia's drill field. That would be interesting. All right. Well, let's not go dig anything up. We'll say that's true. Very, very interesting, fun fact. Thank you, team University of North Georgia, and congratulations on your fourth place finish. Okay, moving on to our third place. Guess what? SANS is back at it. SANS Technology Institute, sans.edu 554 with a perfect score and an accuracy of 96.41%. Their team consists of Nick Jones, Steve Laguerre, Derek Shaw, Brian Davidson, Pewter Wozniak, Julian Tata Ayong, and Justin Tarleton. They'd like to share. It's a nice little commercial break, but also definitely worth it. If you haven't gotten enough CTF, guess what? Their SANS Holiday Hack Challenge is live right now. And I highly recommend that one. That one is fun, and you can jump right in and do it. And I believe that one is a no-cost one. So great thing to do after you've decompressed like a zip file. You can now jump in and do the SANS Holiday Hack Challenge. All right, moving on to the second place experience leaderboard. We've got from the Tennessee Technological University, Breaking Bash with a perfect score and almost 100% accuracy, 99.47%. That's really close. That team consists of Johnny Mac Brellinger, Landon Burge, Landon Crabtree, Landon Foister, Brett Billingsley, Nate Dunlap, and Carter Haney. Congratulations, you guys could be called Team Landon, I think, too. Fun fact, they solved the web medium. Way to go, guys, and congratulations on your second place finish. Okay, all right, now for our very last announcement of teams here for the experience leaderboard, coming in first place from BYU. We've got the BYU Siberia with a perfect score, and on top of that, this is what got them to first place, a perfect accuracy of 100%. Amazing. Congratulations. Their team consists of Justin Applegate, Sebastian Hayes, Ava Peterson, Cameron Snyder, Wyatt Pangerl, and Mason Bird. Okay, instead of a fun fact, they have a quote. And the quote that they would like to share with you is, "It's a blanket." Okay. Thank you, BYU, and congratulations on your amazing top place finish with, like I said, 100% accuracy, 100% point value. Can't get any better than that. Amazing. And congratulations to everybody else in not only our leaderboard for the experience bracket, but also our regular bracket, and for all of our individuals. Um, Once again, I can't overemphasize how amazing of a season this has been. We really appreciate all of you. And again, thank you for joining us during this award ceremony. All right, Emily, let's take it home.
Thanks, David. And part of our community are the wonderful events for Spirit Week that we had this week. This is our 7th Spirit Week series of events, which is really exciting. I can't believe it's been that many seasons. And this week we had a few brand new events that hopefully you enjoyed and got a lot of value from. A little bit of an events recap, and just to give the shout out for all of those folks who help support internally and externally to bring these events for our community. On Monday, we had the Mission Ready Translating NCL Experience into Real World Impact event that was hosted by the NCL board. And we had former NCL players, NCL coaches, really sharing about how they have bridged their experience from the NCL competition into their real life careers. Some of them were just recently getting into cyber roles, and some have been there for a few years, but really it all aligned back to their NCL experience. So that was a fantastic event, and really exciting to see our alumni come back and share about the great things they're doing within the cyber community. On Wednesday, we had the individual and team game challenge walkthrough, where I had some of my colleagues from the Cyber Skyline engineering team, as well as Dylan Watson from CrowdStrike, walk through some of the individual and team game challenges. We had a wonderful attendance for that event, and it was really neat to be able to have the engineers connect with the audience and also be able to connect the challenges to real world scenarios and connections. And Dylan was fantastic in doing that. So thank you for my colleagues for hopping in and joining with that event on Wednesday. And yesterday, we had our Passion to Profession Cyber Career Journeys event, where we had some really amazing panelists who shared about their cyber journeys, but also just things that they think about of cybersecurity right now in the real world. And it was a fantastic opportunity to just see different insights with different roles, as well as, once again, the insights that are really helpful when you're looking into what you would like to do in cybersecurity. So thank you again for all of the folks who helped us bring these events to life, and especially to my colleagues internally at Cyber Skyline, helping to support the National Cyber League. We do our best to get resources and individuals and opportunities to support you all in the community. And we also love to hear your feedback. What can we do better? How can we make the best resources to help you all be successful in cyber careers? Just let us know. All right, well, we're going to be wrapping up in just a moment. This was a fantastic award ceremony, if I say so myself. But before we go, I want to introduce the new dates for the new season. So we will definitely see you all in January. Regular registration will begin on January 26th. It's going to go all the way to March 27th. Then we're going to have a small window for late registration, March 28th through the 31st. Mark your calendars now so you make sure that you register in time so you can participate in the spring. The practice game is going to begin on March 30th. It's going to go all the way to April 5th. And then the individual game will take place the weekend of April 10th to the 12th. The team game will take place the weekend of April 24th to the 26th. And then the gym is going to be open for a little bit after the season and will close on May 27th or 22nd. So mark your calendar for these important dates. We're excited to see everybody join us and hopefully have even better stats and scores, if we could believe it, than this year. We know that you all are very dedicated to the community, very dedicated to the competition, and we're excited to be able to host you all again next spring. Congratulations to everyone, all the top winners, but also to the entire NCL community. With thousands of players and hundreds of teams participating. It's just an amazing season that has come to a conclusion in the very best way. And we can't wait to see you all again in the spring. Before we go, I want to see if, David, if there's anything you'd like to share with everybody before we wrap up.
Sure. So they only have to wait 2 months before they can jump back into NCL
Yeah.
goodness. That's amazing. They don't have to wait very long. Congratulations. I do want to end with kind of just what John said. This is it. You guys are doing the right thing. Continue to grow your passion, and you will be rewarded. I think you guys keep playing, keep honing those skills, and it won't go unrecognized. We recognize you, and I know that future employers will also recognize you. So again, thanks again for a great season. And good news, like I said, you only have to wait a couple more months if you want to jump back into the NCL gym, and just a few more months to jump right back into the regular competition. Hope to see you all again next season. And again, thank you, Emily. Thank you, John, for joining us. Thank you, Franz, who's in the background running all this. And I also want to thank the Cyber Skyline team, because they are the ones that run this whole competition. Thank you for providing not only a great environment for them to compete in, but also for the wonderful challenges that you came up with. I've heard lots of great things. So again, thank you to the Cyber Skyline team for all of their hard work on this. And again, till next time, thanks everybody.
Bye, everyone. Have a great evening.